Hello, hello. It's Chalkin History with Shelly. Welcome in, you guys. Happy Friday. We made it through yet another week. Let's go ahead and get ourselves all set up. And I will see you in a little bit. I am not seeing myself live, friends. Let's see. All right. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I am not seeing myself live. Why does this happen? Not quite sure. So let's see. I am going to find myself. See where I'm live. Say hello as you guys hop on. I just don't see where I'm live anywhere, which is crazy. So let's see. Okay, let me go to one of my other. Let me go to my creative classroom. We are just having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. So give me a moment. I don't see it there either. Guys, if I am live, say hello. Someone comment for me so I can see if I'm live. Okay, I see that there. Okay, give me a few minutes, guys. I am going to go. Oh gosh, how do I share it on a page? Okay. All right. So let's just do that. I'll try to pay attention to see if comments show up. Yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, we are going to attempt to ink on this fun little pillow guy I found at the dollar store yesterday or the day before. Isn't he cute? He's very plush. I think he's called a squishy pillow. I'm not sure. But he's kind of fun. So I thought, first thing that came into my mind was to do this. This family is a little Batty transfer, which, by the way, is part of a digital bundle. So you can get the digital bundle, which will give you the transfer and digital files where you can cut out what you want to cut out, or you could just go ahead and get the cutouts. Now, you see that QR code on the screen. If you flash your mobile device camera app at that, it will open up a link that will download everything you need. And then you can decide if you want to take something out or if you need to add something like inks or paste or whatever. So we are going to not do the wood cutouts, but we are going to play with the actual transfer. So let's get that out. Gosh, I am not sure what is going on. Sometimes it connects and sometimes it does not. All right, so this is a little Batty. All right. Now, because we are inking, I'm not going to use an ink mat because it's not going to do me any favors, okay? We're just going to have to wing it. And I'm also not going to fuzz my transfer because we're using ink and we're doing it on a textile, all right? So let's go ahead and take him off the backer sheet. And I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to fit the entire transfer on here. Like I could do the whole transfer. It'll come under his teeth, his little fangs. I just might do a little Batty. I might just have it say a little Batty. We'll do a couple bats, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to bring it up a little bit. And of course, try to center it on your little squishy pillow. You kind of just hold it up and see. Move it over a little bit. Of course, try to see if it's going to be straight. I think I'm going to just kind of move it this way a little bit. And then we're going to rub it down, okay? You want a nice, good contact with our pillow here. Again, I'm just going to have it say a little Batty. We'll put a couple little bats in there, and that will be that. So if you feel like it's coming up, we're going to just take this slowly and do a little portion at a time. Now, our inks are a more permanent product other than our outside of our paste, which is permanent but can be washed off, if that makes sense. Semi-permanent, I guess you could call it. All right, so I have red because there was a little red in his smile, white, and then I have our shimmer gold because his eyes are really light gold. I'm gonna mix the white and the gold to kind of lighten those up. So I think I'm gonna do the bats in red. We'll do a little Batty in white, and then we'll do a couple of the stars in the light and gold, okay? So for that too, I have one of our mixing trays that has glue on there, old glue. So let's get that off, put that in the trash. So we'll mix that up and get it really nice and light to match his eyes, okay? All right, so let's do the bats first. Because I feel if I do that, then if that lifts off, I'm okay with that. All right, so I might turn this guy around. So I think I'm going to do just like these two bats, a little Batty, and then there's a couple little stars that we'll use. Okay, so we're going to take our squeegee. I'm going to rub this down one more time. It seems like it wants to be wrinkled a little bit. So let's try to flatten that again. Okay. Sometimes the warmth of your hand too will help activate the stickiness or the adhesive on here. Okay. We're just gonna have to do section by section. I'm kind of pulling it to keep it a little taut. And we're just going to ink that bat. All right, I'm not going to play with it too much, okay? We're just going to ink it. Take that excess off. Be aware of your surroundings here. What else is around it? Okay. All right, that's it for the red. Now, like I said, if it peels up, I'm okay with that. I am going to get some stir sticks. There's one. There's another one. Whoa! We are just a mess these days. Okay. Let's grab a little bit we don't need a lot. So we're just going to grab a little bit of the gold. Get that off our stir stick. And then we're going to grab a good portion of the white. Okay, so here's what we have. And I'm going to stir those together. Now you can mix the inks together. Oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect. This is going to match his eyes perfectly. You can match or mix inks together. And you can mix paste together. Okay, shimmers and regular. You just can't mix paste with your ink. Okay, this looks great. That looks really good. It almost looks like Dune, honestly, but I kind of wanted to give it a little shimmer, so I'm going to add just a little more of the gold in there. A little bit more. There we go. That's perfect. I love mixing colors to get a color that I need. Okay. So from there, we're going to grab a mini squeegee. Actually, I should grab... just going to grab a multi-tool because it has like a 1/2 inch squeegee, and I'm going to do all the stars with this mixed color. So I'm going to grab a little bit. I'm just going to go over all the stars. Okay. There's one here. Kind of holding down the transfer. There's one here, and then one right here. Okay. All right, let's get that excess off. Also making sure it's going through. Lots of excess here. Okay, that is all we needed for that. Put that somewhere where it won't touch. Now all we're going to do is Batty in white. So for that, I'm going to grab a mini squeegee. And we're going to spin it around again so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. And again, I'm going to kind of hold the transfer down. I'm going to try to make it nice and flat. And we're going to ink that real quick here. When I saw this little bat, I'm like, I know exactly what I'm going to do on that. It'll be a cute little throw pillow. Or maybe my puppies will love it. We'll see. We'll see. So again, I apologize. I'm not quite sure why when I go live, it sometimes does not show up on my Facebook page. I'm a little confused. Okay. All right, trying to be very gentle, not really pressing too hard, but pressing enough that it gets through that screen onto my pillow. And we'll be able to check it. We'll pull up our transfer slowly before we take it all the way off. Again, I'm going to come over here, try to smooth it down. That's good. Like I said, I'll be able to check it. Make sure you've gotten the edges. It looks like I might have missed a little bit of the edges here. Okay, there's my white lid. All right, let's check. Hopefully this went well. There's our red bats. Ooh, the gold stars turned out really well. Yay, yay, yay. A little bit on the top of the Y, so I'm going to kind of fold it back. Try to work it back in there. A little bit on this part of the T, the crossing of the T here. There we go. And voila! Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do a little. Oh no. Okay, what we're gonna do is we'll put this aside. I mean, Batty's cute, but I do want to put that a little in there. So I'm gonna take my really hot heat gun, kind of crank it up to the highest heat. I'm going to dry it, and then we'll put the transfer back on, and then we'll be able to do the words a little. I mean, that's kind of cute, just having it say Batty, but all right, let's get this dry. This is probably how I'm going to heat set it. This does get up to like 1100, I don't want to say degrees, maybe it's watts. So it gets pretty hot. And I'm not really going to be throwing it into the washer. So let's just get this guy somewhat heat set. Now if you missed anywhere, I could always go in and fill it in with like a little paintbrush and then heat set it again. Say hello as you're hopping on. Again, I apologize. I don't know why it's not showing up on my regular page. But isn't he cute? Oh, you can see the smoke coming off of it a little bit. Hang this up. So what I could do, like down here, it's a little spotty. I could always go back over it. But for the most part, it is dry. The red, I think, is a little dry. All right, let's try to get those words back up there. Just make sure that none of your ink went through. I am going to just err on the side of caution. And we're going to wash this up real quick. I'll show you how I do that. Just going to squirt it. It's water soluble, just like our chalk. I lay it down on my resealable work mat here, which I love, absolutely love. I'm going to grab some wipes. We're going to let that sit for a second. Grab some wipes. Just going to switch it around a little bit, grab all that excess ink that's kind of sitting on top. Use another one. Okay. I can tell already that there's not a whole lot of ink in my silk screen, which is good. Let's go ahead. Anybody can do this. It's easy, easy peasy. You know, your 3D objects might pose a tad of a challenge, but it can be done just with caution and slowly. Don't rush the process. All right, I'm gonna let this kind of air dry so that we can stick it back on. And you'll notice it regains its stickiness. Gonna line up the word Batty. That's my best chance of getting it right. Just kind of tilting it here and there until it fits just right. Sometimes just because it's the pillow, it's not going to line up perfectly here because it moved around. But I'm just going to stick down a little. Okay. No one's going to know if it's off a little bit or not. In fact, I'm going to turn it a little. So I think it looks straight. Okay. Press it down. Let's get our squeegee. And we're just going to do a little. Just a little batty. We couldn't fit the whole transfer on this, so that's why we're just doing a portion of it. We'll do another project with it, using probably the cutouts, because those are so fun. Okay. A little. There we go. Pull that off. There we go. Perfect. A little batty. Cute. Let's go ahead and get that dried. And then I'll show you how I fill in some spots. If it didn't really go through well enough, you can get a little paintbrush to put it on there. You could use your squeegee. You just gotta be careful. I know there's actually, I have some, there's an additive that you can add to our inks to make it puff. You can make puffy paint out of it. It's awesome. Okay, so down here the bee is a little not filled in real well, so I'm gonna go ahead. You can even take, this is from our artist tool set. This is just like that little squeegee on the end. I'm gonna just kind of dip it in there, and I'm gonna use it like a paintbrush. I'm just going to kind of fill that in. Okay. I'll bring in a little closer here. Oops. How about that? Okay, so I dab it in my ink, and I just kind of paint that in. Just on the bee, it was a little light, so I'm just kind of filling that in. Grab a little bit more here. There we go. All right. All right, I think that's it there. I'm gonna grab another wipe here. And I'm just gonna wipe my tool off with a wipe. So it's ready to be used again. If I wanted to, I could fill in that those bats. I think I'm gonna leave those alone though. Just dry that area up. Isn't that cute? So cute. Like I said, I'm probably not going to heat set this. This air gun gets pretty darn hot. Probably hotter than actually a press. So I'm pretty confident that that ink is not going anywhere. And that is that, you guys. We're just all a little batty, aren't we? I think he's adorable. He is so darn cute. All right, guys, that's it for me today. In the background, I'm going to do a little working on some, I'm going to turn these into olives, and then I'll post a picture once we get all done with that project.